whack. I'll see you later. Right, so the first thing of doing the wings, we're going to do the ailerons, and I have identified most of the parts. Let me just show you the setup. It's very much like building the tail surfaces. Let me show you. I've got myself a left and a right, and then I've got this A12, A13, I think this is 11, and I just get yourself a set square, and then I'm going to pin the basic frame using wood glue. I've got some tape down here already, and then when I've got the basic frame, then I'm going to start infilling all the way across, and I'll get back to you as I go along. Right, so I've got aileron number 1 done. I'm just going to run you through aileron 2. Let me show you. There you go. So I'm using wood glue. Personal choice. Actually, just think it's quite nice to glue. Well, it's easier to sand, and I'm just going to put that in there like that. Now, at the moment, they're fitting really well. What I am going to do is, when I've got it all up together, I am just going to push it all slightly together so I've got a nice joint. The other nice thing about these wood glues is that you just get a bit of chance to play with it. So I'm just slowly adding these as we go along. I say I've already dry fitted this once just to make sure everything works and I've got the right sections. It is a bit like reverse Jenga. I'm sure Mark won't mind me saying that. It's like gluing somebody's knocked a Jenga kit over and said, oh, by the way, there's a model aeroplane in here if you want it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting these, I'm just going to put these all in here. Now, there's no sanding of the trailing edge with this, because the aficionados of this type of plane tell me that there is no need to do that, because I think basically we're not using the aerodynamics, it's more prop power, I believe. But I think this is going to be absolutely cracking on the dunes. Well, not on the dunes, on the beach. So I'm quite looking forward to flying this when I get it going. And so this is just going on very nicely. What I'd sometimes do as well is, once I've got it all in place, I might just smear a little bit of wood glue over the joints and then just rub it off with a tissue. But it depends how I feel it's gone. But if you've got any little gaps, it's quite nice just to seal up any gaps. Not that we're hoping to get any gaps. So that's going to go in there like that. That's gone in there like that. Quite nice. There's a little snap as it went in. And then I say you could do this in medium sino. I reckon you could build this up. I reckon you could smash this kit well quick with a bit of medium sino. I did do the fuselage in medium sino. Let me do that there. There we go. And we've got one to go. And then the whole thing is done. And then I'm just going to go round, make sure all the joints are nice and tight, and I might just push it up. There you go. Oh, you can see that last one. There you go. Right, so like so, a little bit of extra glue, and I'm just gonna, I mean, actually I've got to be honest with you, it doesn't look like it really needs pushing up, does it? I might just put some pins in just to hold them in place. So if there's a question, I'm just going to pin that either side of there, and that one in there like that, and then put that one in there like that. Right, I don't think I really need any more pins, quite frankly. Yep, there you go. Lovely. Right, I'm going to let these go off and I'll get back to you. Christ. Right, 2 mini Lancer ailerons done. Now, my advice is, while this is gluing, I would sit down, identify all your ribs, because there's some subtle differences between the ribs. I get all your bits and pieces out, and I just, if you can, pencil or biro, or as long as you've marked them, get all your bits and pieces ready for the next bit, which is the wings. Right, first thing to do is we are joining this huge spar together, glued in the middle with medium cyno. Take note that you've got the inboard is where all the extra notches are, and then you get less notches on the way out. So the next thing we've got to do is we've got this square grain, and we're only doing the bottom at the moment. So the idea is that this is going to get glued onto the bottom like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use medium cyno. I don't trust myself to get it in place properly, so I'm going to square the, let me show you, I'm just going to square the ends off of the metal block like so. I'm going to just make sure I've got it all in place, and then I am going to use this the laser cut glue from Deluxe Materials. I'm going to whack that down, and then I'm going to just make sure that when I've got that all square and it's gone off, be very careful when you're gluing that you don't get glue around where these notches are, because that's where the rib's going to sit. So make sure you haven't got an overspill of glue. So I'm going to whack that down, and then we're going to start, I'm going to trial fit all the ribs, then when I'm happy they're going to get glued on. So I'm just going to make myself a little, basically it's going to sit like that, and we're going to start dropping the ribs in. What I am going to do is I'm just going to, I've got this flat bench, and I am just going to run a strip of tape along there, so if I do get any overspill of the glue, I'm not gluing it to the bench. And then I'll get back to you when I've got this bad boy on. Right, so this is the spar with the bottom spar cap. I've got a metal square plate there, and with a magnet holding it in place away from the ribs. I've got one there, and that's holding it there, and that's there holding it there, and I've got magnets, and I have just checked it with square just to make sure that it's actually bog on. You'll also notice I've got tape down, and I've just run a black line across there along the ruler, because I wanted to make sure I got it dead accurate. So now we're going to start adding the ribs. Right, there we go, that's the ribs in place. I used medium cyno, and just make sure that these haven't twisted at all, where these, because don't forget you've got your top spars going to go in there in a moment. So anyway, they're all done. The next thing is to add the top spar. Right, okay, that cap strip at the top's gone down. Just make sure that it's nice and flush, because we're going to be adding cap strips to the outer ribs, and we're sheeting a leading edge, and that's all got to be nice and flush. Now, trailing edge is exactly the same gauge wood that's gone in on the spars. I'm using wood glue. I mean, I could actually whack this all in place and just tack it with medium or thin cyno, I suppose, but I'm going to use wood glue, and I've just marked where all the ribs are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop some glue on there, and then I'm just going to take the pins out, slide it underneath, whack it back on, job done. Right, I have the basic structure off the bench, and the next thing we're doing is we're adding the servo trays in the wings. Now, so there's a little bit of packing to go on, and just to give you some idea, I use the bit of scrap wood that the fin came in, and you've got this length here, and I've also cut another length. So what I've done is, on this one, let me just show you, I've just added one on the front spar, and then that's then going to go in there. Oh, look how nicely that goes in there. That goes in there like so. And then I'm just going to, the other thing I'm going to go with this second bit I've got, I'm going to glue that flush in place, so it's going to look That's not the bit. Anyway, oh, here we go, sorry. Right, that is going to fit flush so it's not sticking out, and that's how it looks. Just like that. So I'm just going to whack them up with some medium sino, and then I'm going to do the other side, and then I think we need to talk about the leading edge. Right, I have stuck the leading edge on. Now, don't panic when you see this massive gap at the top here. The idea is the sheeting from here is going to go down into there, and then we're going to trim this off afterwards. Now what I did was I got all the same thickness of scrap, and I have just put that underneath, and that got me the exact height all the way along. And then just for security, I've put some clamps. I'm holding the whole wing together with my with these metal brackets and with magnets. And what I've done is I've used the laser glue on all the joints. And then when it's finished, what I am going to do is I'm just going to wick a little bit of medium sino, just extra protection. But what I don't want is, you don't want the medium sino or any sino getting above here, because that's going to stop the sheet going down, and also it's going to make it difficult when you come to do any planing, which we're going to have to do a lot of planing on that by the look of it. But anyway, there you go. Servo trays are in, looking sweet. And I believe the next thing we'll be doing is looking at some sheeting. So basically, I have built a park bench. Right, a quick catch up. So we'd already put the RSJ on the front, this leading edge. And then I started off doing some sheeting on here. So basically the idea is I actually planed a slight edge to mine so it fitted down, and it wasn't that easy to bend over. It says in the instructions it's easy. It wasn't that easy. I had like a shed load of clamps on it and pins and everything. Anyway, sheeted that. What was left over, this was doubled up, was the sheeting from the from this. So I then cut this strip down to 20mm front and back, like so, and so that's that all done. And then I sheeted this midsection, and I've sheeted this and left a little bit for the ailerons. I'm not going to do the paper tube for the simple reason is what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this when I finish this sanding this. I shall cover one side, and then I'm going to install the servos, and then I shall just fit me. In fact, my servos I don't think are going to need an extension lead anyway, but if they do, they're going to come through here anyway. So I'm quite happy. Now the last thing to do with this wing is you have a massive pile of these. Well, one less because I just broke the twatting thing. Right, so we've got these cap strips. So the idea is we are going to glue these on here, like so, on every rib. And it does say actually to do them on the ribs with the servos as well, because that makes a nice finish for the covering. And what I am going to do is, I've got a little bit of scrap wood left over. What I might do is, I think I might just run one across there. I might be talking about the instructions, so I've literally just made this bit up, but I will run something just across there to make this all nice and neat for the covering. So just like there. But I'm just going to smash these cap strips out. I'll repair that one. Right, I have basically made a park bench. Jesus Christ, honestly. Now, quick rewind. I've done the cap strips. Can I just say, I think I've made it quite obvious I'm not a big fan of cyanoacrylate, but I got to say, I got this from my local screw fix. And I just spent a very happy 20 minutes just dropping all those in. Now can you see where I've put one just across there, across the back of the servo bay, there and there, because that means that when we come to do the covering, we've got somewhere to finish the covering on. Also on the tips, remember you're not overhanging on the tips because you've got the plate to go, so it's on the inside. But wow, I've now got a lot of sanding and shaping to do. So that is the end of this video. We've got this. So we've got this. We've got our ailerons. So I am now going to spend some time just cleaning this up, and I'm umming and ahhing about whether you guys want to see the covering. I'm guessing this is not going to be your first model, so I might come back with this covered just to talk about the hinging process and adding the control rods and wires, and oh, I've got the undercarriage to do as well. So yeah, let's do that in the next video, and whack, I'll see you later.